Medics go to Fort Campbell to see who is the best, and a helping hand from Fort Stewart Medak. This is the Regional Health Report. Welcome to the Regional Health Report for September. I'm Ann Krebs. About 30 competitors from the Regional Health Command Atlantic and the 101st Airborne Division Air Assault competed in the 2018 Best Medic Regional Competition. Dan Ashley has more.
They start out with a 50-meter swim. They will conduct that swim with the rubber duck, which is a fake rifle. Once they get to the end of the pool, they will exit the water and they will put on a flick. And after that, they will jump back into the pool and they have to ditch that flick while maintaining positive control of their rifle completely underwater. If any part of their body surfaces the water, the event doesn't count.
To volunteer, to put yourself through the type of things that they're going through today speaks of character. And then you add the competency, the level of competency they have to be able to complete this training, and that's the sweet spot for being a soldier and being ready.
This is the Air Assault obstacle course, and we're negotiating the obstacle course with the Best Medic competition. So we have the tough one. It considers a rope climb, a ladder going up, and a vertical wall going down. We have a confidence climb where you have to climb up a ladder to build your confidence. We have like a low crawl, belly crawl where you cannot touch barbed wire. We have a weaver where you have to go in between a bunch of pieces of wood. So those are some of the obstacles.
We have to be ready at all times. We never know when we're going to be called, and it's not the time to get ready. We have to always be ready.
Today we have the litter obstacle course. It is one of our 5 training events for the medical lane. They are basically going through 5 different obstacles, and they are testing the knowledge of being able to train unknown litter bearers and giving proper commands and going through the obstacles, all 5 of them. They're going through the low crawl, they're going through high wall, low wall, a narrow entrance, and rough terrain.
You got to have that endurance and the stamina just to continue to push forward. You got to find it within you, what it is that lights your fire so that you can keep going.
Let's go, Dizzy.
So at the mystery event, we were competing in the new Army Combat Fitness test. This is true overall fitness. It's not just testing cardiovascular endurance of 3 muscle groups. This is testing actual power, strength. And in a combat situation, you're typically not going to run 2 miles. You're going to get low and get under cover and maybe pull a buddy out of a combat situation that's hurt or injured.
Definitely experience that I can take back to the soldiers because I've done it, and I can help get them ready for it and push them to do it.
It's been tough, physically demanding, physically challenging. I was the most recent EFMB graduate in my unit, and I was happy that I did this competition so soon after the EFMB, so some of the tasks I already trained with them, so I was able to execute.
We had some winners, but we had no losers. There was not any losers. We're talking about the band of excellence, and I'm here to tell everyone that our floor in excellence is phenomenal.
And the winner, the winning team of the 101st Airborne Division Air Assault is Captain Brent Turpin from 2nd Brigade 526 BSB Charlie Company, and Sergeant Darius Jenkins from 3rd Brigade 2nd 506 Infantry Battalion. The winning team for Regional Health Command Atlantic is Major Garrett Jordan and Sergeant First Class Justin Coffin from Fort Campbell Medak.
It was an outstanding experience. The training, the setup, the training, the support, it was all fantastic. It was both mentally and physically challenging and really tested the abilities and skills of the entire crew. We had some outstanding competitors, both medical, administrative, and non-medical that did an outstanding job, and it was a great event.
These competitors are incredible. They all have really awesome stories. They really care about what they do. Actually, a lot of times it more felt like us together as a group of competitors versus the cadre a little bit, and I really enjoyed that camaraderie and talking to a lot of these competitors. There's some very high level people there. Every single one of them is an incredibly smart person, incredibly strong person, incredibly good person. I'm just lucky to be a part of that.
The winners compete in the U.S. Army competition at Camp Bullis, Texas, September 15th through 20th. Major Brian Mims found a way to use his talents and give back to those in need. With a bit of free time and a 3D printer, he is making a difference. Zach Renstrom has the story.
Imagine
being born with a limb deformity, how would that affect your life? Not being able to do some of the most fundamental things, such as write, draw, or even pick up a dining utensil. Now imagine being judged daily because of the same abnormality or deformity.
I had one little boy I worked with in Texas. I actually felt bad because his father emailed me and told me that kids at his school were making fun of him. Were calling him a monster, and just because of his limb deformity.
Unfortunately, this is a reality that some children have to live with. But if it's up to one U.S. Army medical officer, it won't be something they have to live with permanently.
So what I did is I made him a little Superman hand and sent it to him. It was red and blue and had the Superman logo on it. And just the picture I got of him with smiling was just heart-melting.
Major Brian Mims, Division Surgeon for the 3rd Infantry Division, Duvarty, at Hawks Troop Medical Clinic, is a problem solver and recent inductee to the 3D printing world. Saw the predicament these children were in and decided to do something about it.
I kind of had this feeling like I have this amazing technology in my home, and I'm like, maybe I could be doing some good with it. Because, you know, it's nice to be able to print a flower vase, but if I could print something to help somebody, why not?
Mims joined a non-profit organization designed to pair 3D printing graphic artists with disabled children in order to improve 3D printable designs for hand and arm prosthesis.
That's kind of what got me started down that pathway, and then it kind of took off from there.
During the design process, the patient provides Mims with a sizing photo that is digitized and developed into a 3D model of the patient's limb, which is a challenge within itself because Mims has to develop a model of a limb from a photo.
It's difficult since I've never met any of these people in person. So ensuring a good fit, ensuring that the device fits properly and functions properly can sometimes be challenging.
After designing and meticulously sculpting the patient's device over the 3D model, Mims begins the printing process, which can take anywhere between 2 to 3 days. Since beginning, Mims has designed over 50 prosthetic hands and arms, but never forgets the first patient that gave him the aspiration to continue to hone and perfect his craft.
I'll never forget because it was actually a young lady in New York. She sent me a video of her opening that peanut butter jar for the first time, and just, I don't know how to describe the look on her face of just being able to do such a simple task that I got hooked on it at that point, and just, I haven't looked back since then. And then, flex the wrist. And I can hold something.
Mims views each prosthetic as a way to help each child reach their full potential, and has a message to anyone out there who thinks that being born different is something to be ashamed of.
Don't let anything slow you down. Don't let it hold you back. It's nothing to be ashamed of. If anything, take ownership of it and know that your own self-worth comes from inside.
For Wynn Army Community Hospital Public Affairs, I'm Zach Renstrom.
In other news around the region, soldiers from the 75th Ranger Regiment at Fort Benning, Georgia, participated in a study to find ways to prevent heat illness. The study is part of a collective effort between Martin Army Community Hospital and the U.S. Army Research Institute of Environmental Medicine. The study uses real-time physiological status monitors to collect data. That's the Regional Health Report. Join us next month for another show highlighting healthcare across the region. In the meantime, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Flipboard, Pinterest, and YouTube. We're also on iTunes. Thanks for joining us.